If you love caramelized onions, you're gonna love this dip. Super easy recipe, but it does take a little bit of patience. So hang out with me here. I'm gonna show you and tell you all about how to make a caramelized onion dip. Welcome back to the Silly Kitchen. This is a quickie, but it does take some prep time because you gotta make your caramelized onions. Now, there's a difference between fried onions and caramelized onions, and the big difference is time and temperature. When you fry onions, woo! I'm getting excited about my onions. When you fry onions, it's quick, it's hot, you get them done, they're ready to go, beautiful. When you want to have that really brown, beautiful, sugary onion come out, you need to let them cook longer on a lower temperature. Let them come down. You want to probably use a lot of onions and make a big batch of this and make that hour worth it because they are going to shrink down to just a little bit. Now that you have your onions ready, let's make the dip. So get yourself a bowl and some cream cheese. If you've seen the show before, you probably know I really like whipped cream cheese, and this one is already flavored with some chives, and we're using chives anyways. So I'm going to use about 3/4 of my whipped cream cheese here. Spatula that out. I'm also going to add probably 2 big giant teaspoons of sour cream as well, and I'm just gonna mix those together a little bit. I'm going to add in my caramelized onions, and I'm just gonna save a little tiny bit for the top of my dip because I want it to look pretty, because I like food photography and I think food should look pretty. So I'm just gonna kind of mix that around in there. Easy peasy. I am going to add some chopped chives as well, and again, keep a little bit because we want to garnish the top of the dip. Easy so far, right? The hardest part was doing the onions. And you'll probably cry cutting all those onions. I know I do every single time. And I'm only making a small batch of this dip. Gonna add a little bit of salt and pepper as well. I like pepper, so a little bit to me might be a lot to you. Go with your taste buds, see what you like. And we also need a little bit of Worcestershire sauce. I don't know how to say that word. I never will, and that's okay. Just a couple little drips in there. Okay, we mix again. And obviously you can double, triple, quadruple this recipe depending how long you want to cook onions for and cut onions for, because that's the hardest part of this. But I'm just making a small batch of onion dip here. Okay. That was really hard, wasn't it? Because we're done. We just need to plate it and eat it. Now, before we plate it and eat it, maybe we should give it a little taste test just to make sure. Now, I like eating this dip cold, but you can actually warm it up if you want. I gotta go in for seconds here. That is just the right type of creamy and the right type of onion flavor. All right, let's transfer this into a pretty bowl so that we can beautify it, take a picture, and make sure that it is presentable for guests to dig into. Now, remember I said save a little bit of that caramelized onion just to put on the top. We're gonna make it beautiful. And those chives as well. Just give it a little sprinkle around. And now you're ready to put your crackers in there. Thank you for hanging out with the Silly Kitchen once again for a really quick and easy recipe. This is such a delicious onion dip, I'm telling you. The cutting of the onions and the caramelization of those onions is worth the time you spend to make this. I have one regret with this recipe. I should have made a lot more. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet, and I will see you next time. Thank you.